Hello everybody, welcome to Let's Play Zelda Classic Live. I'm Nitro6003, and you're probably wondering why there are two save files with zeros and only 3 hearts on them. And I want to quickly explain what happened. I did start a Maxi file live and a Randomizer Modern file live. Somehow or other, the file got corrupted for my computer. I tried a couple of different things to get it to come back, but unfortunately, there was no way to recover it. So basically, what I'm basically saying is that I have to restart both quests from scratch. I am going to leave the other videos up there. These will be part 1A on both videos, so they'll be labeled Randomizer Maxi Live Part 1A, and the same thing for Randomizer Modern Live Part 1A, just so that both of them will be up there. There's no way for me to, unfortunately, go back and figure out what happened and how it happened, so hopefully you guys will be up for the ride. Both of them will remain up on my channel forever, so they're there. Anyway, I was going to stream tomorrow, but I really don't have the time, and I'm not sure what's going on Tuesday. So I wanted to stream now, and hopefully you guys will all join us for the ride. We're going to start off with the Randomizer Modern Live today, and then in the next video, we're going to start with Randomizer Maxi. I don't know if it was Maxi that caused it, or Modern that caused it, or something I did with the computer that caused it. But either way, I don't want to spend too much time blathering about what happened. We're just going to start Randomizer Modern Live, Part 1A. So this will be the same settings. I'm not going to reread them. I'm just going to choose them as I did in the last one, so it's a little quicker. And we'll get started here on Randomizer Modern Live Part 1A. And again, if you'd like to join me in this, just go to Zelda Classic, Pure ZC. Feel free to download the quest and play along. There's no seeds in this one, so you can't copy what I've done. Anyway, let's see what's in the first cave. You can get anything here. And we start off with the wooden sword. Alright, good start. I'm going to quickly save it real quick, just so that the file's there. And we're all saved. Okay, so you've seen what I've done. And I saved it just to be safe, and I may make copies of all these things as well to try to prevent some of this from happening again. So right now I'm looking for some bombs. And to get a couple of items here. So we want to go towards Moblin country, where bombs are at the plenty. This will be, as the other one was going to be, this will be a 100% play, getting all maps, compasses, all 186 items, including the ones in the Lost Overworld, is what it's called in this quest. The distant overworld is in the Randomizer BS, which we'll also be doing as well. Ah, good, 4 bombs. All right. So that's really all you need to start is just 4, and then the rest kind of will come as you see fit. And the only problem that I have with all the randomizers, except for the one that Matt made, is that you cannot hit certain enemies while they're in the air. Oh, there's the boots. So anything that jumps, Tektites, Vires, Pole's Voice, you cannot hit them when they're in the air. It just can't happen. I don't know if they'll... I assume it's never going to be fixed, because if it was going to be, it would have been fixed already. So I highly doubt that it'll be fixed at this point. But this is Hero of Fire's quest here. And the way I like to play it is I leave one enemy on screens where I get the expansion or item, so that I know that I've gotten it on that side. So I don't have to go back and think where I didn't get an item or something like that. Once I have all the items in the specific overworld that I'm working on, then it doesn't matter anymore. All right, let's see what's here. Oh, power bracelet. All right, that opens up a lot. So we'll get one more major item along this path here. So trying to not kill this Tektite here is not always a fun thing to do. Now, there's a couple of items you could get, although I highly recommend against it because you'd have to go through Lionel country to get it, and right now you really don't want to be facing Lionels unless you have to. And there is a level on this screen. So a couple of things that changed between Randomizer Modern and the future randomizers that came thereafter is that you were able to, and I'm going to be consistently saving as often as I can to make sure that I don't have any file corruptions or anything like that. So one of the main things that changed is that from Super and forward, you have to start with an item that does damage. So, for instance, you can't start with the wooden boomerang in that quest because it doesn't do damage to anything. But coinciding with that, same thing goes with the candle you can start with because it can be used multiple times. In Randomizer Super and Beyond, you must get the Peril Ring before you get Armor Ring, so it goes in progression like that. So you gotta get the Peril Ring before you get the Blue Ring. In this quest, it doesn't matter. You just have to get the Blue Ring, and that's pretty much it. We'll be able to save a lot of keys in this quest, similar to the original first quest. There's a ton of extra keys. You know, doors you don't have to go into, of course. But this door you do have to go in if you want to do map completion. You'll see that there's a 5 and what looked like a broken gem in my inventory. That is called the gem shooter. And basically what that does is it starts off, I believe, white sword strength. So nothing too crazy. And then it goes up from there, like magical sword, etc., etc. But it's so rare that anybody even uses it. It's kind of a deadweight item. So that's really what's there. So here is your map for level 1-1. And there's no specific order that you need to go in on these levels as long as you have the item to beat it. You know, and in the first quest, you really don't need a ton of different things to beat, you know, the levels, with the exception of, and there's your boss key, of, you know, with Dig Dodger in level 5-1 and Goma in level 6. But, I mean, you can technically go into level 8 anytime you want. I mean, you shouldn't, because obviously that could be a problem as well. That is your life potion, like in Zelda 2. If you've played Zelda 2, that's what that is. And don't forget that spikes do 1 heart of damage to you. Hello. Alright, come on. Don't walk into the spikes the second time. And yes, you can drown in water. I'm going to see if one of these Stalfoses will be kind enough to give me a heart before I go onward. Safety of the doorway never hurts. And there's one rope here. Should be able to easily kill him. Ah, good. Alright, so there's your map of 1-1. And we already killed all these guys, so we don't have to kill them again. You gotta be really careful in the Garaya room above, especially if you don't have the boomerang, because they do 1 heart of damage to you, and at this point in the game, that's a lot. And right now, keep away is just as good as not. Oh, there's the small wallet. So that allows you to hold up to 500 rupees. Now, in Randomizer Super and Beyond, the wallet changes. You start with the giant wallet, and you have to find wallet upgrades throughout the quest. That's basically how it works. And in this one, you you just have to find the 2 wallet upgrades. So, and there's no special end of the game wallet in this one, as there was in Randomizer Super. You know, if you get all 2, whatever it was in Randomizer Super, or how many items it is, you get a gold rupee chest. And I'll explain that when I do it. And that is the money shooter. And that also completes level 1-1. So with no candle, we are kind of limited to where we can go. You know, there's certain things you can't do. Obviously, you need the candle to really do very much in this quest. And I would like to try to get my heart here if possible. And I might go get an enemy bait as well. There we go, got my heart back. So, since we don't have the candle, and I'm not saying the candle is always going to be in the same place every single time, but most of the time, it is actually in level 5. For some reason or another, I've almost always had it there. But I'm not really comfortable going into level 5-1 with only wooden sword and no armor upgrades. If I had like magical sword or blue ring or something like that, then maybe. But certainly not with 3 hearts, and certainly not at this, you know, early stage. You know, again, if I were to find something good in level 2, which is going to be my next level, then I would do it. Now, I know there is an item on here, but again, I just wanted to kill all the enemies there to make my life a little easier. So this is the money shooter, and what it does, essentially, is it shoots these, like, slow projectiles. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to explain. So in this quest, the levels can be accessed, for the most part, in either overworld. There are certain ones that obviously still have to be, are still overworld specific, and we'll get to those when the time comes. So basically, you want to start off with your 1-1s and 1-2s. You know, like level 1-1, level 1-2, level 2-1, level 3-1, those things first, before you go into like 3-4 or 5-5, etc., etc. Because you really should have your base items before you go into those. And you can see how many keys I have already. And like I said, we will be restarting Randomizer Maxi as well. But not tonight. Tonight is specifically this one. And I do like to say that this is this beginning is really not necessarily the easiest thing in the world. But yeah, you have rope 2s already. And I do apologize for it, and I don't know what happened. And to be honest with you, it really doesn't matter. You know, I have so much money at the moment that I'm not worried about money. Oh, there's the large wallet. Haha. So that solves pretty much all my money issues for the whole rest of this game. So now I can hold 999 rupees. Go me. And actually, since the money shooter is my kind of best weapon at the moment... Oh, hello. I'm actually going to use it as much as I can, and actually use it instead of my sword. At least for right now. Well, until I ran out of bombs. That was terrible. Luckily, I had already bombed this wall, so that helps. I mean, mainly the rest of this dungeon's pretty easy. The other thing that was changed from the randomizers is that the sword beam itself cannot hurt Moldorms, Landmolas, that kind of thing, because of piercing properties. So Hero of Fire totally took it out altogether. They cannot hurt those enemies at all. Now you could skip the rest of this dungeon by going through that wall if you like, but again, doing map completion is important to me. So yeah, these enemies here you cannot hit with the sword beam. It would just kind of not phase them, but the actual sword would still hurt them. It's because when you get the gold sword and it gives you piercing properties, it could crash pure ZC. I mean Zelda Classic rather. And so, yeah. In fact, I remember and they had already gotten past the first port in the randomizer modern race with Pixcalibur and SC Knuckles and Top Kirby 8305. They had issues with their. Oh, that's not gonna. Now I have to kill these enemies here to get the bombs. So I don't have enough bombs to kill that Dongo there. But at least I can stand in the doorway and do it. So that's at least some compilation. Yeah, I didn't have enough bombs, unfortunately. So let's restock a little bit so we don't have as much problems. And of course, now I'm sure I'll get them on my first try. Yeah. Anyway, in that race, Melee somehow crashed his pure ZC. Oh, the upgraded money shooter. All right. So now the best thing to do from here is to quickly go into level 5-7, quickly leave, and now you're in the other overworld. Now be aware, enemies are harder here. Not as much health opportunities here. So this is just a much more dangerous overworld to begin with. So what I'm gonna do now, since I'm low on health and other things like that, and as you can also see, it also shoots in 3 locations, 3 directions now instead of just 1. So that's really, I mean, it's okay, but that's it. It's just okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a look at level 2-1, which is the E, and see if there's happens to be a candle there. It is the other potential place for it. It's either here or in 5-1 normally. The biggest problem with it being in 5-1 is that it's a little bit more heavily guarded than this one. Oh, hello. Yeah, that's why you really can't be careful enough here. Mirror shield! Oh my goodness. Okay, well that solves shield issues. It doesn't solve my candle problem, but it does solve everything else. Now this is where you're going to find your boss key. And this is just a very dangerous dungeon. A, without the white sword, and B, with only 3 hearts. So I'm going to be as cautious as I can, and unfortunately, I will have to waste a key because I don't have the step ladder. This video will be approximately an hour, as we've had so far. You know, somewhere in that range. Alright, so basically what you need to do is you need to essentially clear out this room to get the map. So what I would do is leave 1 enemy here. So now you have to go, unfortunately, you have to go around to get to that that item there. And those ropes do 1 heart of damage as well. And this is the only way to get to the map without the stepladder, unfortunately. Sometimes you can wait. I mean, if you want to wait and do this level when you have the stepladder, of course you can do that. But that doesn't mean you don't get it, you know, in any early. You should get it pretty early, but I mean, also if you had the feather, that would work too. So like I said, I'm going to be saving quite often here, just because I really don't want to have any more problems with this, and I don't want to start again. And if for some reason the file gets corrupted again, I will go back to my old way of recording, which is doing it parts at a time, because for some reason, I don't know if it's the live that caused it. Oh, either way. So far, so good. It has not had a problem yet. So this is, I guess the red money shooter is weaker than the... I thought it was magical sword strength, but I guess not. I guess it's kind of... It's good in this next room with the wall masters and the bubbles, because it kills them in one hit. And they don't take away your shield. I mean your B button item. And with the mirror shield now, I can stand wherever I want. And what's on into the dungeon prize here? There's our first Triforce piece. And that's the E complete. So it looks to me like the candle more than likely is going to be in 5-1. And I know where it usually is hidden in 5-1 as well. It's usually in the very beginning. But no guarantees. Let's see if I can't get that heart back here. So I'm going to be going into the A next, which is not the most pleasant dungeon with the white wooden sword. You know, a lot of dark nuts, manhandla, etc., etc., etc. So not the most pleasant place to be. You know, if we get the raft or the flippers, there's a lot of things we can get there, but still need a lot of items, unfortunately, before we can, like, really say we're safe, per se. I mean, like I said, you could go into the graveyard if you'd like, and there's items you can get there, but again, you don't want to be dealing with Lionels with 3 hearts, because you get hit. You get hit, you're pretty much, dead. So, there's really nothing that makes it easier unless... If I were to get a boomerang, that would make things different. You know, then I would be feeling a little more comfortable with going there. But even still, with 3 hearts, it's not fun. Alright, so into the A. And level... what we're going to call them level 1 Gibdos. Alright, we'll leave these guys alone for now. And these guys. I'll probably save after this level, just because... I have had runs where I haven't gotten sword upgrades till the very end, so I mean it's not a guaranteed thing to get sword upgrades, which is why you have to depend on other items sometimes to do what you would normally do. And you want to have some bombs with you for that next room, which is a manhandla. Grab the key and move along. Now you do have options here. We do have the money shooter as well as bombs, so not necessarily the worst thing in the world. And yeah, he can get you in the doorway. Oh, darn it. And no, Unfortunately, if you leave the room, you can't continue. And I have plenty of money, so I'm not worried about money. I'm just more worried about health, especially in this room here. I don't care, especially not needing the magical shield. This is so much less I have to buy. Come on. Yeah, sometimes he goes into the doorway. It's not the most fair thing in the universe. Come on. Come on, I'm running out of money here. Ah, thought that had him. Oh, come on. Ah, come on. He's like so erratic. Come on. I just need one more hit. And I'm out of everything. Oh, he can vault. I don't think I can hit him from here with a sword. If I successfully get to that other door, I could hit him. But I don't think I'm going to do that. Alright. Well, we're going to do it this way. I ran out of money and gems. Come back here, please. There he goes. And that is where your boss key is. And I highly recommend you stay in the doorway for this room. And yes, I do know the map is above me, but with half a heart, not going to run into a room like this. Hopefully I'll get a fairy somewhere. That would be helpful. And there's really no way to attract the dark nuts to you. And I would not recommend going head first into this room with only half a heart. That's what I'm saying. This dungeon's not easy. I mean, you're assumed to have upgrades by now. At least the white sword. So, yeah. Alright, so basically in this room here, again, wait in the doorway if you can for the Zold to come over to you. I mean, it's the safest way to do this. And of course you could always use that too, where we got some extra money. Alright, now this should be Pole's voice. But these are weaker versions. They don't do 2 hearts. Oh, that's the amulet. Not the item I was looking for. Let's go back to the start. I think I'm going to have to go into level 5-1 to get the candle. I think that's where it's going to be. I think that's where it's going to be. And I don't have any extra bombs. So I have to hope for bombs in this room here, or else I'm going to have to come back because I'm not wasting keys. It's funny, I never usually have this much trouble finding bombs or whatever. And I don't remember. I think this is the room with the compass too. Yeah. Don't want to have to come back here. I really need the candle. Let's save and get out of the dark overworld and go to where I think the candle is going to be. And see if we're lucky enough to find it. And what I'll do is I'll just get the candle and leave 5-1, because 5-1 is not an easy dungeon. You know, I don't usually like to do this, but again, I do want to have some upgrades before beating the level. And you'll see why. So yeah, you could bypass the boss door. Now, if the candle is not in here, then the only other place it could technically be is in the other room, because it's usually in this dungeon. And let's see, is it here? Yeah. See, I don't know why, and I can't really explain it, but the candle is some reason there. And like I said, we will come back to both 5-1 and 2-2 before the end of this video. We will finish them. But what the candle unlocks is tremendous in this quest. So first of all, on this screen you have a money secret. On this screen here, you have an expansion. And for me, that is a very good thing to see. More bombs. I would not mind a heart container right about now either. And on this screen, you got your 10 rupees like you did before. And like I said, once you find everything, all the items and stuff, you can feel free to not have to worry about this stuff. But I like to know. Let's see what's in here. Oh, good. Heart container. So there's now that we know the candle, and that's just information, by the way. This is level 3-1, which we'll be getting to in just a sec. There's an arrow upgrade. Alright, so with all that knowledge, and then 3-2 is over here, but you really don't want to do 3-2 until until you have a little bit better stuff. Alright, let's see if I get this right first try. Nice. Alright, so why am I here, do you ask? Where it's, when I said Lionel Country is dangerous, well, it is. And I'm not here to, I'm here because of the items that you can get in this area. And with the mirror shield, you can kill these guys at your leisure, or at least try to. So as you can see, you can block their shots. What I'm trying to do is get these pea hats to die. Because believe it or not, I don't know how the creator thought to do this, but it's good in my mind. The pea hats take priority in this screen for some reason, which is actually not a bad thing. So now there'll only be one Lionel left. And now they'll never, as long as I don't kill all the enemies here, I never have to worry about Lionels on that screen again. But there is a major item in here that you can get. Oh, white sword, nice. Okay, that was worth it. Alright, so that'll make everything from here on out just a teeny bit easier. So now these guys die in one shot. And yes, there is an expansion on here, so why not get that? And I'm wondering, do I try to get this last item here? Especially with so many dangerous enemies here. And I think these guys also do 1 heart of damage. Oh, I want that hurt. So, why did I come up here? Because there's actually... I mean, there's another item you can get here, but I wouldn't go after it until later. Oh, and I ran out of bombs. Well, there was an item I can get up here, but now there's not. So I'm going to come back later when I have more bombs and I have better stuff. Alright. So, with the white sword, and still not a lot of bombs. I hate to buy bombs, but I'm going to have to. So I'm really not getting a lot of bomb drops. Oh, and I can't even afford the 8. Alright, let's go to level 3. And I say that because there's usually a lot of bombs you can get there. So, yeah, let's go to level 3. It's relatively safe. And actually, there's a couple levels I could do right here in the meantime. And I promise I will go back to 5-1 and 2-2 before the end of this video. So yeah, there's a ton of easy enemies here, and with the white sword, this level should not be trouble at all. And also, like I said, I want more bombs, number 1 and number 2. So this room has bombs in it, and yes, the boss still is the same. It's still Manhandler. So there's your bombs. And I'll show you where I will show you, and I will actually kill all these guys because guess what? More bombs in here, but I'll come back from the other side. You know, when I first played this quest, it took me, I think 15 hours to beat it from start to finish and getting everything and getting map completion and stuff. Because I was also figuring things out. Some paths didn't go back to where they started and yada, yada, yada. So, when we got to Randomizer Super, it was much easier. And, well, now that I have 8 bombs, I'm not as worried. I mean, I don't like having 8, but it's certainly better than 4. And now I'm getting bomb drops. Good, good, good. All right, so this will definitely decide what level I'm doing next. I'm going to do the level that's right here. There's another level 1 I can do right here. All right, let's see. Oh, there's the step ladder. All right, good, good, good. All right, so now we're getting back to our basic items. This is helpful. Step ladder. Actually, you don't even need the boss key in this level. I'm going to show you how to not open the boss door and beat the level and still get map completion. So that is what I'm going to show off, okay? Because it is possible. And thankfully, Manhandler is still the boss. So relatively speaking, this level should be a joke from here on out. And, I mean, I'm not saying that you still can't die. It is still humanly possible. But things will be a lot easier, A, with more bombs that I have, and B, yeah, so I'll do this one, I'll do the bomb, and I'll also go back and finish 5-1 and 2-2. And that'll probably be it for this part. And depending on item configuration, I can usually beat this quest in approximately 6 to 7 hours. So 6 to 7 videos. So basically, how do you avoid the boss key door, do you ask? Well, I'm going to show you how to not technically ever open up the boss door, but still get map completion. So remember that bombable wall, okay? Now, again, I don't say that this is the fastest way to do this, but it is a way to do it without ever opening up that boss door. And it does involve killing all the enemies here, but again, I'm gonna open up the boss door, but basically now if you went back, you don't have to open up the boss door. But to make my life against Manhandler just a little easier than it was the last time I faced him, I'm going to use the safer way. I hate Manhandla. There's a lens of truth. Can't use that item either because I don't have any way to use it. I have no magic. All right, so basically there's another level right here, and this is 4-1. And this level's relatively easy. To a certain extent, it is the first level that really poses, I'm not gonna say a challenge per se, but it's the first level that really kind of makes you think outside the box. So we have to go this way to get the map. Because in order to get map completion, you have to go to... There's a lot of dead ends in this place, essentially. Alright, so there you see the top of the bomb is where I'm talking about. That, like, little piece there. And everything takes even less hits with the white sword. Oh my goodness. That was a good find. And I am going to potentially try to get that one item that I... Well, now there's 2 items I want to really get up there. But I really would like to have the... So this here is really... And I think in Randomizer Super they make this a little bit more happily for you. Because they've put bombs here. Anyway. So that's the dead end of this place. Yeah, we should easily be able to finish, especially with the white sword now. I'd say we definitely should be able to finish up the dungeons we started. And then, like I said, that'll complete a lot for us in this first part. And there's a lot of keys you don't necessarily need to worry about in this level. So you really got to be on top of your game here. You gotta be careful still. Dark Nuts still do a heart of damage, even though you don't think that they're as dangerous because you have the white sword. But trust me, they're just as a pain in the neck. All right, so here you have more Gibdos, and like I said, having the white sword is gonna be so nice. Like I said, not going to make it a cakewalk. When you get to the magical sword and silver sword and that stuff, then things become, I'm going to say, a joke at that point, because then it doesn't matter. Oh, that was really bad. I don't want to miss and not have enough bombs to open up that bombable wall to the boss key. Alright, so there is an item here. And there, ooh, letter. Good, good, good. All right, so we can now buy potions, which will be so helpful, especially for level 5-1. So in Randomizer Super, they rename these levels for some reason to, I mean, they rename them to X1 first and X2 first and whatever. Basically, there's 6 sets of levels instead of 5 in Super. Randomizer BS is 4 sets of levels, 2 BS, 2 regular, and then you have all the elemental levels as well. So there's a lot more to it. And there's just uber weapons in that quest that make it so easy. If you get sword upgrades early, oh my goodness, it really makes a difference. And I usually don't like to F6, but I'm going to because to try to save a little bit of time. I'm going to try not to abuse it too much, but I really would like to get as much done as I can. Oh, half that's not half magic. Not in the next game. That's Amulet 2. So that will allow me to see what's in the different the different levels. So I can now see how many items are actually there. In the other quest, you could buy that, and in fact, you do buy it. I mean, you could start with the hammer. I mean, there's so many items you can start with. So let the traps go first. And like I said, don't worry about the rest of it. There's really nothing else in these rooms here. There's no extra keys or anything like that. See, now it'll tell me how many items are in this level. That would not have been there if I didn't have the item compass. Actually, there's nothing even in this room, I don't think. Yeah, just a garbage room. And you just want to basically follow the path from here. So yeah, we'll go to the hook shot next. So yeah, this room, if you don't have the step ladder, you can actually force your way up through, you know, damage boosting. And that's where your compass is. And yes, there's a key in here, so you want to grab it. So now don't quickly go into those stairs yet. Go this way first. And then you'll see where we are on the other side of that locked door. So that's one way to... That's just... Until you get the magical key, you really want to try to save as many keys as you can. And now I really have to be careful here. I only have 2 bombs left. I don't think there are bombs in here, are there? I don't think so, no. So yeah, I really have to be cautious here against this Dodongo. But I got him, smoked him out, and a magic ring. Garbage. Oh well, whatever. You have to get it somewhere, right? So... And I like to do the same thing sometimes with levels. Alright, let's go refill our health now. Turn the letter in. Because that really hasn't changed. I mean, there's so many things you can do between all the things you have now. So there's your potion. 60 rupees for a potion. Yeah, they don't give anything away in this quest at all. Alright, so let's finish the A. It's just straight to the boss. Now that I have plenty of bombs. I mean, look, I could have done other things, but I really didn't want to have to waste a key. I mean, again, it doesn't matter when you have 10 keys, but there are some levels later on where you do want, like 5, 7, for example, the heart. You really want to have as many keys as you can. If you can have the magical key before going in there, that would be helpful. And there's nothing in this room, so don't bother with it. There is, in this room, another key. As is this room as well, there is another key as well. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that it's unfair, but... hello, fairy. And now I'm getting all the gem shooters as well. So that's really nice. I don't actually know what I'm hoping for as the end of the dungeon prize. Possibly a raft would be nice. That would open up a lot. The magical sword would be nice. Probably do level 3. Do I have time to do 3-1? I might be able to. This level, the palette swap bracelet. Just thinking really quick. Can I do the hawk before... Yeah, I think I have enough time. And there's something else I want to show off. You see how that is already open? That's from the other overworld that you already got. And you definitely don't want to go into the desert without sufficient help. Alright, so we'll leave this alone for right now. Don't bother with this manhandle at all. Just leave him alone. He really is useless. And this is a one-way path, but wanted to take it to get it out of the way. And this level is relatively easy. I mean, realistically, relatively easy. And I would get those bombs. I really don't need them. Glad you've decided to join me tonight in this Randomizer Modern Live Part 1A playthrough. And the next one will be Part 2. Hopefully, if nothing goes wrong, which I hope it won't, because I really don't want anything to go wrong. Alright, so we will go down in just a sec, but there is an expansion here that's not on the map. And how do you know that? Well, A, you play through it, but when you go through this next door, look at what happens when you go down. Do you see that arrow? Sometimes you want to not necessarily light up a room right away, because sometimes you'll see arrows just like that. Other times you don't. And I know this room was also changed in Randomizer Super as well, so that that door opens on both sides. You know, with 15 keys, I'm pretty good now on keys and bombs and whatever. The other thing I'd really like to get is the blue ring, but not... I mean, it's not as important as, like, the stepladder, which is probably a lot more important. But, again, it really just... Now the blue ring is very important. I mean, blue ring is always important. I shouldn't say it as it's not important. It is. But its value is higher the earlier you get it. The later you get it, the less value it has. I don't know if that makes any sense. Because if you get it when you have like 12 hearts, I mean, yes, it doubles your hearts, but... Alright, I'm going to stop talking about it now, because I don't think I'm making no sense. This is a level 2 Lens of Truth. Totally useless, because I still have no magic. So yeah, we will finish with level 5-1, and that should hopefully do it. Yeah, and you don't know that there's actually a river there, which is interesting. Now, the map is in this room right here. Why they did certain things in this quest, I'll never know. But I mean, like I said, if they took out the jumping bunnies, the air mechanics in this, I would be very happy. And I think most of the people who have played this would probably agree with me, actually. Now, technically, you don't have to waste a key here, but I'm gonna show this off. It really is only relevant if you don't have the stepladder, which I have. So that is really irrelevant. But those stairs lead backwards to this room here, and it puts you above the lava. So basically it makes it so you don't have to Gleeok is the boss. And with him doing 1 heart of damage, there's no way I'm going to tank him. No way, Jose. And there's the Cane of Burna. Kind of garbage, if you ask me. Not getting a lot on the health perspective. But now we will make our way up towards level 5. And I think there's a fairy along the way that I can get. I really would like to be at full health. I really would like the whistle. That would be really, really good. But I really would like to have full health going into this next dungeon. So we'll make this video a little longer than an hour because it'll take me a few minutes to beat 5-1. And I don't want to leave any levels started and not finished. Unless I do it on purpose. Sometimes I do that with the heart. I'll go in and grab the item and then go back. But let's see if I can't finish this in 3 minutes. I think it's humanly possible. So we've already done some of this. So let's just do this as quickly as possible. You don't need to worry about that at all. And yeah, you do need to kill these guys to get to the... Oops. The compass. Oops. Don't play sloppily. Just because I have the white sword does not mean I can play sloppy. As I said, just because I have the white sword does not mean I can play sloppy. Well, if I don't have sword beams, that's probably the fastest way to beat them. Alright, so you'll see that there's bombs there, but I don't need them. Alright, we're running out of time. Come on, Link, move faster. I mean, this is towards the boss anyway. Boss key, map. And this next room can very, very easily kill you. Be careful. Be careful. Link. Yeah, you have blue Gorias, red Gorias. The whole 9 yards, the whole family of Gorias in that room. So just be careful. And into the next room, you can also very easily die. This is the other location that 99... If the other position does not have the candle, this is the other place that will have it. There's the raft. So we have a lot we can do in the next part. A lot of levels we'll be able to do. And, alright, we are 1 minute. Let's see, how long we're in game time we are 4, but we started the stream already an hour ago. And yes, bombs are your friend in this level. Shouldn't have turned my back. Alright, come on. Come on, Link, move faster. Because remember, I spent some time explaining things as well. So, like, if you had gold sword in this room and it pierced all these enemies, boy, you could really... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not gonna die. No, 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 no. Alright. Almost done. Gotta be careful. Don't have a potion. dangerously low on health. Anything and everything could kill me pretty much in one hit. I would say I would use the Cane of Burna, but it doesn't guarantee anything at all. And believe it or not, there is another key in this dungeon here, which we're going to do our best to get. Ooh. Okay, well, we still have one more room to go. And this one is going to be a little more difficult to get to. But I think we can do it without getting hit. Yes, we can. And where's this back going to spawn? Come on. Come up here, please. Listen, I'm not chasing you. So the only thing we need now to have our basic items covered is the arrow. And what is our end of the dungeon prize? Magic ring number 2. Alright, so let's save here. Alright, so that concludes this session of Let's Play Zelda Classics Randomizer Modern Live Part 1A. I'm Nitro6003. I think I'm going to go with a Wednesday stream for the next one. Possibly tomorrow. We'll see. I have a very busy schedule tomorrow. If not tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll start Randomizer Maxi Live Part 1A. So join me then for that video as well. I'm Nitro6003. I'll see you guys all next time.